This is or should be a 5-minute example to turn Unity to make a thing that you can hit in VR. So I have an empty scene. I'm going to remove the main camera because I don't need it, and I leave the light. The first thing I do is add the camera rig and make sure it's at 0, 0, and then stick the whole headset and stuff on and hope it still works. My headset keeps crashing, but hey, look. Wait, you can't see that. There we go. Yeah, hey, look, I can still see my controllers, and oh, it's doing the crashing thing, and I don't know why, but yeah, look, it's kind of doing the thing it's supposed to do. Okay, so I want something to look at because I'm impulsive or whatever the word is. I'm gonna add a cube, and I'm gonna move it over here. And I had a script somewhere. Yes, I have a script that just spins it. It just, where's Visual Studio? Yeah, that's the script. That's all it does. That's not very interesting. And now when I run it again, I can look out the window, or well, that's where my window is, and see the big wobbling cube. Oh, I wish it was a little bit higher, but that's not very interesting. Useful. Okay, next step. I'm going to add a sphere and a plane. I should have added the plane first. Yeah. So the plane has to be at ground level of sorts. Why is that? Oh, I don't care. And the sphere gets a rigid body and a drag of 0.1. I don't know why 0.1 is such a lovely number. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to be over here, so I'm putting the sphere here. I'm pressing play. I'm not going to look at this in VR because it's not important on its own. Okay, so that's happening. I want that cube a little bit higher. Anyway, so I now have a big sphere in 3D that goes in there and it hits the ground. And it's really not very complicated. So next I want this controller to, so I want my left controller, I want to be able to hit the sphere with it. So if I Alt-tab to the, you can see because the controller is neither a rigid body or whatever, it just goes through. So I'll put this on my desk so that it doesn't change position. And then to the model object, I add a capsule. Is a capsule word? So where are you, little? Zero, 1, red, green, blue, so that should be along the z-axis. Okay, so there's my little capsule collider, and I'm not really happy with the shape of that. So let's make it. This is because the thing only shows up correctly when this thing really only shows up when it's running. So I don't want to try. Ooh, I like that. Peter likes that shape. And he's going to try and move. Okay, so that's not great, but it's pretty good. So I copy the component. I pause the game. The component disappears, but it knows which thing I was looking at. And I can paste the component as new. And for this to actually work, the object also needs a rigid body, which seems counterintuitive, but whatever. And it needs to be a kinematic one. I don't think it needs to be a kinematic one, but I imagine it would constitute a race condition if it wasn't kinematic, because the VR tracking stuff would be trying to update the object's position as while physics is trying to update it. Anyway, so this should, oh, why are you unresponsive? Okay, so before my controller crashes, I hope this is the right one. I should be able to just whack this out off into infinity. Yes! Look at that thing go! And yeah, so that was probably a 5-minute video on how to do this. 5.5. Cool. I've just beat the other people on the internet because mine's quicker and easier to read. Haha.